girl Jade Ashley, and I want to welcome you back to a new video of When the Beat Drops. And like always, I'm here to give you my 5 hottest beats in music of this week, so stay tuned for more. Okay guys, so let's get into our beats of this week. So my first beat of this week, and I kind of let you guys know last week what this beat would be, which is the 2015 Billboard Music Awards. It happened this past Sunday, and well, when you guys see this, tomorrow will be Sunday, but you know, last week Sunday, y'all know what I'm talking about. So of course I just want to kind of like run through like all of the performances and stuff like that. So I made like a separate notes just for the Billboard Music Awards. So I'm gonna go in order and stuff like that. So first thing I want to talk about is Chrissy Teigen and Ludacris hosting the award show together. First things first, as two hosts, I felt like I saw too much Chrissy instead of more Ludacris, and I understand she's like the model, so of course they would probably put more of her like on camera, but I feel like she cannot host no more award shows, or she cannot host award shows where John Legend is in attendance, because when I say to you, she referenced John Legend so many times. Like, I understand like if she referenced him because he performed with Meghan Trainor, but when he wasn't performing with Meghan Trainor, she just kept talking about him. So I'm like, I understand y'all married and y'all in love and all that other mushy crap I don't care about, but it's like so nobody else, please don't hire her to, you know, host your award show unless y'all put some guidelines down for her. And like I said, out of the two, Ludacris is actually an artist, so you would thought that you would have seen more of him compared to Chrissy, but whatever. Getting into the actual performances, so the show kind of started off with them premiering Taylor Swift's new music video for Bad Blood, and she had everybody in it. The song featured Kendrick Lamar, she had Zendaya, she had Selena Gomez, she had the girl that, I don't know her name, the girl that played like Tiana on Empire and stuff. She just had like a whole bunch of people, models and stuff or whatever. It was a cute video. The video, I mean, the song's actually good. I've learned to actually appreciate Taylor Swift's music throughout the years and stuff like that, because at first I really wasn't feeling her. She was like this long haired blonde girl with a guitar that like always think about like heartbreak, and I was like real sick of her. But I kind of like the Taylor Swift that's out now. You know, she has like the more edgier sound, more edgier songs, more edgier look, more edgier like attitude. So I'm like so here for like the new Taylor Swift. And then plus she was like the biggest winner out of everyone when it came to getting, you know, awards that night. So shout outs to Taylor Swift. Another performance that kind of stuck out to me out of all the performances was Nick Jonas. And growing up, I was definitely one of those children I watched like, you know, Disney Channel, listen to like Radio Disney, and of course we know that like the Jonas Brothers, they were like always on the radio, and Nick Jonas was always like my favorite. So I'm not surprised, out of, you know, the group and stuff or whatever, he's the one that's breaking out to like his solo career, and he's like so poppin'. So he performed his song Jealous, which is actually really popular, so it was like a great option for like a song to, you know, perform at the Billboard Music Awards. And what I loved about his performance was like all of the graphics and stuff. He had like a just like stuff behind him on the screen and like the lasers, and it just like contributed to his performance that made it so poppin'. But following Nick Jonas, like I mentioned before, Meghan Trainor, she actually performed with John Legend. They performed a duet. They performed her song Like I'm Gonna Lose You, and their voices like blend very well together. And me personally, like, I know the only song I knew from Meghan Trainor was that I'm all about that bass, no, and she actually got an award for that, but that's the only song I knew from her. So by watching her performance with John Legend, I was actually able to like hear her vocals, and I was like, yes girl, go ahead and sing that song. So her and John Legend, they actually did an amazing job together. And I guess one of the highlight performances, or one of the big performances of the night, was actually Mariah Carey, because this was her first time actually performing at the Billboard Music Awards within like 17 years or something like that. So it was like her first performance on like the Billboard stage in many years, and it was like so much hype built around this performance. And if I have to be honest, and I already told y'all last week or 2 videos ago, something like that, about you lambs out there, so don't try to come for me, but I was excited for the performance, and I was very disappointed after the performance was over. I felt like it was so much hype built around it, and I felt like Mariah Carey did not deliver. And I thought that she would deliver because, you know, she's currently doing a residency in Vegas, and the Billboard Music Awards was in Vegas. So I was like, yes, Mariah about to fuck it up. You know, she's about to like really murder the stage because she had good reviews, definitely from her opening week. And she decided to start her performance with singing Visions of Love. I think that was like one of her first #1 hits or something like that. So, you know, it's always good when, you know, artists that are around, that was around from back then, when he sing like some of their classic hits. And I felt like her voice did not do it for me with, you know, Visions of Love. And then I also felt like she was kind of rushing through it because I felt like she was so concerned with getting to Affinity. And I'm like, Mariah, you better off singing your old hits and not none of your new music, because truth be told, no one knows Affinity and no one cares about Infinity. So she was better off sitting here singing, you know, Visions of Love and some other, you know, one of her other 18 #1 hit singles or something like that. What I will say is I do like the music for Infinity, like the background music, like the beat and stuff, but I'm not really too much here for like the lyrics. I feel like the lyrics are kind of corny. But she did actually recently show a preview of the music video for Infinity. So yeah, I will commend Mariah. We know for a fact that she was definitely, you know, singing live and not lip syncing. So I'm glad for that. So kudos to Mariah for that. So thank you very much. But other than that, I have to say that I was very much disappointed. I expected better and I didn't get better. So yeah, I don't know if it's because Mariah, she's like so hung up on this I'm this big diva darling that she's kind of letting us down, because when you sit here and think about other divas such as like Patti LaBelle, she been here before Mariah and she's still cutting up on the stage to this day. Not only does she look good, but that voice is better than ever. So if anything, that is a diva we definitely need to glorify. So I'm just saying, lambs don't get tight at me, but I still have respect for Mariah because I can never forget what she's done, you know, throughout the year. So yeah, shout out to Mariah. Hey girl. But other than that, I have to talk about Iggy Azalea. She actually won, what is it, like the best rap song or something like that for her song Fancy. And I actually saw like a lot of backlash because everybody was like, oh my gosh, you know, Iggy, she not real hip-hop, how y'all gonna give her, you know, the best rap song and stuff or whatever. And here's my thing, like, I understand we had this whole moment thanks to Azalea Banks with this whole white people taking over hip-hop and whatnot, but let's be honest, Iggy Azalea, she got best rap song from Billboard because of us. How many times have y'all turned on y'all radio and heard Fancy? How many times have y'all turned on music videos, whether it's on MTV, I think before 106 & Park on BET, Fuse? How many times have we seen that? And that's because we actually like the song. Now, we won't say it's traditional hip-hop and it does sound pop-ish, but let's not act like Fancy was not a big hit in 2014. Let's not act like we didn't sing it. Let's not act like we didn't, you know, ask for it. So she won that award because we made Fancy a poppin' song. Had we hated Fancy and it wasn't poppin', she wouldn't be taking over all of these award shows for that one ass song. And I'm telling you, it's only because of that one song. Like I told you guys before in the past, I actually have her album and it's really not all that. So Fancy is what's getting her all of this, you know, awards and stuff or whatever. So yeah, so congratulations to Iggy, because let's not act like Fancy was not hot. I mean, we could hate her because, you know, she white and we feel like white people taking over rap, but it's whatever. So she got a Billboard award for that. And then speaking of Iggy Azalea, let's not even talk about the award show. Let's talk about this girl's new face. Like, I just don't understand. And when I seen it, I really wanted to cry for her because I'm like, Iggy Azalea, she was a beautiful girl. When I tell you, no matter how many times people were sitting here hating on her, we could not deny the fact body was amazing, face was gorgeous, and she showed up to the Billboard Music Awards with a whole ass new face. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, at first I thought it was fake, but when you like look at it in pictures and they do like the side by side, it's like, no, she really went hard with the plastic surgery. And you know, people were like trying to figure out, well, no, maybe it's the heavy makeup, Look, I know I'm not no makeup guru and stuff, but I know a thing or two about makeup, and ain't no way in hell that's some heavy ass contouring that changed her face like that. I was reading something when it's like she possibly like shaved down her jaw. You know, I definitely see without a doubt she had a nose job, and she just looks like this fake plastic doll, and it's like, Iggy, for what? Like, you were beautiful before. Like, if it's anything, I didn't understand like why Nick Young was with her. It couldn't have been for like her rapping skills, but I felt like he was probably with her because like, yo, she's bad. Like, her body was banging, her face was gorgeous, but I'm like, yo, like, why? I don't understand. Like, Iggy, if you're watching this, you were beautiful before. I don't care what anybody said. I don't care what backlash you got. I don't care how many times people bullied you. The only issue sometimes is that your music can be whack. Not all of it, because I have a few of your songs that's my favorite. But, I mean, as far as looks goes, you really did not have to do anything to your face. You were gorgeous, and now you look scary. So, I'm going to pray for you, because I really felt like, honestly to God, I felt like crying, because I was like, oh my gosh. Like, why would she do this? Like, it's just a sad case. That's how I felt about the whole situation. But moving on from Iggy Azalea, I do want to have to talk about the Paul Walker tribute that was done by Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth. I think that's how you pronounce his name. P-U-T-H. Puff or something like that. And of course they sung their song See You Again. And if you saw Fast 7, you know that came at the end of the movie, where, you know, there was like their send-offs of like Paul Walker and stuff. And I actually went to see Fast 7 with the intentions of crying, so I went there and I cried and stuff. So I mean, it was a great tribute to Paul Walker. The only issue that I have with that song is that song plays all the time on the radio, all the time on my Pandora. So it's like, I feel like it plays at the wrong times, and it just saddens me anytime I hear it. I remember the other morning I was running on the treadmill at the gym, and the song came on, and I had to stop, and I had to readjust my playlist and everything, because like, it's an amazing tribute song, don't get me wrong. It's just that it just changed your whole mood, and it just makes you sad. But it was a good performance and a good tribute, so yeah. The next performance I want to have to talk about is the cast of Empire. They performed, and I was actually waiting for this performance. They were like, you know, the weeks leading up to the Billboard Music Awards, they were actually like, you know, leaks of like who you can expect to perform, and the Empire cast was one, and I was absolutely looking forward to their performance. So first, the performance started off with Jussie Smollett and Estelle. They did their song Conqueror, which was of course part of the Empire soundtrack and featured on the show as well, and I feel like they did an amazing job. Estelle, she looked gorgeous, and her vocal sounded nice. It's just that I didn't know what she was singing. It sounded like she was mumbling the lyrics to the song. So I'm like, what you talking about, Estelle? But they look great. And then following that song Conqueror, you know, Bryce Shear Gray, or should I call him Yaz the Greatest, because Yaz is like his rap name. So he came out on stage, and then him and Jussie, you know, finished off the performance by performing my favorite song, Beautiful. So, or You're So Beautiful. So yeah, that was, you know, highlight or whatever. But anyway, Britney Spears and Iggy Azalea, they performed Pretty Girls and Short and Simple. I didn't like the song when it came out. The video came out, and I thought the video would make me like the song. I didn't like the video when it came out, and break my phone, and I did not like the performance. Like, they were just so whack. I'm like, yo, and I'm thinking, this is Britney. Like, Britney was OD popping when I was little, so I don't know what it is, but that whole Pretty Girls thing that she has going on with Iggy, it was corny. I didn't like it, so yeah. But Nicki Minaj, she performed, and I thought Nicki looked great. She performed her song Night Is Still Young off of her latest album, The Pink Print. And I will say, the Night Is Still Young is not really one of my favorite songs on the album, but I thought the performance was high energy. I thought she looked great, and actually the video for Night Is Still Young actually came out today exclusively on Tidal. You know, that's how they rock it nowadays. So yeah, but her performance was well, and then she broke into Hey Mama featuring David Guetta within the same performance, and that was like, that amped it up more in like the dance moves. So I thought Nicki did an amazing job, and her performance was great. And I have to talk about Tori Kelly. Now, I don't know, okay, I'm very big on watching videos on YouTube. Like, I can literally sit in my room and not watch TV for days, and I'll just be watching YouTube videos. So I was familiar with Tori Kelly because of her covers that she would do here on YouTube. And she actually was part of the Kia Rising Stars or something like that, Kia Motors Rising Stars performance, and she actually sung, and she did an amazing job. She did an acoustic performance. I actually don't really know the name of the song, but I think she has an album coming out soon. But she did an amazing job, and it's just like, her voice is just so angelic, it's so sharp, it's just, her voice is just perfect, like, to the point that I was watching her performance and I was just sitting there with nothing but jealousy flowing through my veins. Like, I was just so jealous because I'm not talented like, you know, Tori Kelly. But she did an amazing job. She's definitely something to watch out for. So shout outs to Tori Kelly. Kelly Clarkson, I don't have much to say about her performance, but she definitely slayed. I love her. You know, first winner of American Idol, you know, when American Idol was still picking winners and stuff like that. So yeah, she did an amazing job. I seen what everybody was talking about as far as like her looks goes, but F it, whatever. Kelly, you do you, girl. You was popping, whatever. And the last performance I have to talk about is Kanye West. He performed his song All Day, and I didn't see Kanye West in that performance, to be honest. I heard the song. He was introduced by his sisters-in-law, Kylie and Kendall Jenner, and, you know, people were booing them before, you know, Kanye came on stage, but whatever. So he came on stage and he performed his song All Day. Or allegedly, I'm gonna say he allegedly performed his song All Day because I didn't see him, but there was nothing but fire on the stage. And ABC, like, they just kept like blocking out all of the words to the point it was like, why even show the performance? Because it's like, we saw fire and we heard nothing, and it's like every once in a while it would like bleep back in and stuff or whatever. So yeah, and then aside from performing All Day, he also performed his song Black Skinhead. So yeah, those were the performances from the 2015 Billboard Music Awards. Overall, the award show was okay. It wasn't that bad, actually. You know, nowadays you watch award shows and stuff or whatever, and they're not all that good. So yeah. And then moving on to my second beat of this week, keeping with the whole theme of, you know, award shows. This week, the nominees for the 2015 BET Awards was revealed. And yes, everybody, I know 106 & Park is over, and we kind of actually forgot that BET was a network that still exists. But they will be having their annual award show this year, and they released the nominees, and I just want to read, I don't think I'm going to read all of them, I'm just going to read a few of them and maybe give you who I think might win. So yeah, so the first category that I want to read is Best Female R&B and Pop Artist, and the nominees are Beyoncé, Ciara, Janelle Monáe, Janae Aiko, K. Michelle, and Rihanna, and I do not know who's going to win. No shade to Ciara, but I don't think Ciara might win, so yeah. But next is Best Male R&B and Pop Artist, and that goes, or the nominees are My Best Friend, August Alsina, Chris Brown, John Legend, The Weeknd, Trey Songz, and Usher, and that's actually a hard category, so good luck to all of them and stuff if they actually care to win a BET award. Yeah. Next is Best Group, and the nominees for that are A$AP Mob, Jodeci, Migos, Ray Shrimmer, Rich Gang, and Young Money. So I'm assuming they're going to narrow it down between Rich Gang and Young Money just for the drama of the whole situation. Next is Best Collaboration. First song is August Alsina featuring Nicki Minaj with No Love Remix, Big Sean featuring E40 with I Don't With You, Chris Brown featuring Lil Wayne and Tyga with Loyal, Chris Brown featuring Usher and Rick Ross with New Flame, Common and John Legend with Glory from the film Selma, and Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars with Uptown Funk You Up, Uptown Funk You Up, Next category is Best Male Hip Hop Artist, and the nominees for that are Big Sean, Common, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and Wale. Another hard category, so good luck to all of those nominees. Next is Best Female Hip Hop Artist, and those nominees include Azealia Banks, Dejaloaf, Iggy Azalea, Nicki Minaj, Tink, and Trina. And one thing is, Azealia Banks, like, she is so controversial. Y'all know, she she always was some drama, always in the news. So when the awards were actually, the nominees were actually revealed, and she realized, or she found out that she was nominated, she was like, why even nominate me? She was like, we all know Nicki Minaj is gonna win. Why don't they just nominate Nicki Minaj with 5 different wigs or some BS like that? And I'm like, girl, I'm like, just be thankful that you got nominated for like a BET award and that you're even in a category with like Nicki and stuff or whatever. But anyway, moving on to the next category, we have Video of the Year, which is Beyonce 7-Eleven, Big Sean featuring E40 with I Don't With You, Chris Brown with Lil Wayne and Tyga with Loyal, Chris Brown with Usher and Rick Ross for New Flame, John Legend and Common for Glory, and Nicki Minaj for Anaconda. I think Anaconda might win, honestly, because it was so much controversy, first of all, with the singles cover, and then when the album, when the video came out, and then it was like so many prodigies and stuff or whatever of the video. So I think Anaconda might actually win, you know, Video of the Year. And I guess everyone's favorite category, I know for mine, is Best New Artist, and the nominees for that include Bobby Shmurda. He won't be there to accept it if he does win. No shade. Dej Loaf, Fetty Wap, Ray Shremmerd, Sam Smith, and Tinashe. And I think that's like another hard category because, you know, these are like artists that are like working. So I'll be watching to see who actually wins that. It's 2 more categories I want to read. The next one is Best Gospel Artist, and the nominees for that are Dietrich Haddon, Erica Campbell, my boo, Fred Hammond, Lecrae, new Grammy Award winner, Mali Music, and Michelle Williams. So we'll see who. First of all, I hope that they don't be, you know, cheap and they actually show the gospel category on the award show. That's number 1, because everybody at BET needs Jesus. I'm just saying. So yeah. And then the last category that I am going to read is the Coca-Cola Viewer's Choice Award, which is also another important award because that is the award that the fans actually get to vote for and kind of determine who wins. So the nominees for that are Beyonce 7-Eleven, Dej Loaf with Try Me, Kendrick Lamar with I, Nicki Minaj featuring Drake, Lil Wayne, and Chris Brown with Only, Ray Shremmerd featuring Nicki Minaj and Young Thug with Throw Some Mo, and The Weeknd with Earned It, which is part of the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack. So yeah, when the BET Awards happen, I will let you guys know. I might talk about the show, I might not talk about the show, depending on how good it or not it is, because you know the BET Awards have been known to actually have some whack moments here and there, but hopefully this year is, you know, popping. And I know that even though 106 & Park is not over, I know that the BET Awards is one of the events where they're actually supposed to bring back 106 & Park, because you know before the BET Awards come on, they have like the, you know, pre-award show. So I don't know exactly who might be hosting that, since 106 & Park technically is really over, but they're like technically bringing 106 & Park back. But BET, if you do need a host for the red carpet, I'm here. Yeah, Jade Ashley right here. Okay, yeah. All right, so moving on to my third beat of this week, and this was like everything that everyone talked about all week. Like the hottest news of this week, in my opinion, was when, you know, Nicki Minaj and Beyonce released the official music video for Feeling Myself. And like everything else that happens, you know, nowadays, it was exclusively released on Tidal. And I was able to see the video before it was like kind of snatched off the internet. So like I haven't like gotten Tidal as of yet, so I'm not able to just automatically play it when I want to. But I did see the video before it was snatched off the internet, like I said. So I just want to, you know, just talk about how popping the video was. You know, probably entered a few photos from the video. It was just amazing. Like I was watching that video in jealousy, like wow, like Nicki Minaj really has like a relationship with like Beyonce. Like that was pure friendship. Like I was just saying to my friend this week that the Feeling Myself video just solidifies, or it just beats out any other feature that Beyonce was a part of. So like when Beyonce featuring Lady Gaga, out the window. Beyonce featuring Shakira, out the window. My friend said Beyonce featuring Jay-Z, out the window. Like that's just like, it's the video just it was so cute. It was so fun. The video was actually done during Coachella, obviously. Well, you'll be able, if you watch the video, you'll be able to see that was done during Coachella. We seen scenes from actual pictures from Coachella that we seen them in. Yeah, Beyonce and Nicki Minaj, like, they look like they had a great time filming the video. You know, there's this scene where you know, Beyonce and Nicki Minaj, they are like in like a little kiddie pool, and Beyonce has like the bowls, you know, one piece on and stuff like that. There's another scene where the two of them like are standing on top of like a mountain or something, and they have like the jerseys with like the combat boots, and then they're also standing within like the jerseys and the combat boots in like front of cars. You know, there's pictures of them from Coachella, because it was a part in the video where it showed them at Coachella, and I think like Nicki Minaj, she was like eating now or later. So Beyonce said, "What's that?" She was like, "Now or later." She was like, "You want one?" It was a picture of them like eating like the burgers and stuff. I keep on saying pictures, but that's because I'm inserting pictures because I can't insert the video and stuff. And 9 times out of 10, if I did have access to the video, I'm sure that it would get snatched down and probably snatch my whole channel down, and I don't need that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the video. Like, I just thought the video was so dope. It was like everybody's going to try to copy Beyonce and Nicki now. Like, they're just like friendship goals and whatever. But I don't know. I thought the video was cute. I think the video was like way long overdue. Like, when we first heard, you know, Feeling Myself, and found out that Nicki and Beyonce was doing a track for the Pink Print, you would have thought that would have been like the first video off of it, especially because Nicki, she did like this little mini movie that went with the Pink Print and stuff or whatever, but Feeling Myself was not a part of it. But I mean, I guess the longer the wait, the better, because they did that. So shout outs to Queen B, shout outs to Nicki. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Like, I just wanted, I can't do the video this week and not mention the Feeling Myself video, because that's like one of the hottest, you know, top talked about things from this week. So yeah. So moving on to my fourth beat of this week. I like good news, you know, or returns and stuff like that. So there is an icon that is making a return this year, and before I even talk about it any further, check this out.
I promised you'd hear it from my lips, and now you will. This year, new music, new world tour, a new movement. I've been listening. Let's keep the conversation going.
Yes, guys, so Janet Jackson, she is back, or she's coming back, I should say. And, you know, new music, new world tour, like, it doesn't get any better than that. You don't know how many people, we were just sitting here ranting and raving, like, all week. Like, yes, I'm like, I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm just so here for it. Like, it's been a minute since Janet has released the album. It's definitely been a while since she's like been on a world tour. So it's like, now we get to see greatness and witness greatness again in like 2015. Like, I don't know what direction she's gonna go musically and stuff or whatever, but I'm definitely up for hearing new Janet music. I'm hoping to love it. Like, I'm in. Like, I'm just hoping to love it all. Like, I'm not here for no hating and stuff. So I'm hoping that whatever sound she's coming with this time that I absolutely love. I cannot wait for her to go on tour. Janet is known, like, before we would sit here fiending over Beyonce and her tours, Janet was that girl. Like, couldn't nobody top her. Definitely would, like, just putting on an entire show, the outfits, the choreography, and I feel like Janet, she definitely has it. Like, AJ nothing but a number for her, because she still look great. Like, I'm just excited. Like, I cannot wait. So shout out to Janet Jackson. So you guys know for a fact, the first single, I'm in there and I'm letting y'all know. First music video, I'm out here and I'm letting y'all know, because this is about to be epic. Mark my words. So I'm so ready. 2015 is definitely that year, especially with the Janet Jackson return. I'm excited without a doubt. So yeah. So moving on to my fifth beat of this week. This is kind of like what I called like a rapid fire type of beat. I don't know if you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, I didn't really have like a set 5th beat or whatever, and that's because it was like so many things that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't feel like it was like much for like a beat. So I decided to do like every once in a while I might come with like this whole rapid fire, you know, beat and stuff, and that's just me talking about, you know, reviewing a couple of things that happened throughout the week within one beat within itself. So the first thing I actually want to talk about is Trey Songz. Trey Songz is throwing out new music left and right. So this week he actually surprised his fans and stuff or whatever and released a whole new album, Intermission 2, and Intermission 2 follows from Intermission 1, which was released back in April, and the new one, Intermission 2, has 7 new tracks. So altogether Intermission 1 and 2 are 12 tracks, and you can actually get Intermission 1 and 2 on iTunes as of right now, and that's just like music that he released surprisingly for his fans to hold him over until he releases his new album, Trigger Reloaded, which comes out June 23rd, and that I don't know if that's gonna be like all new music or if that's just gonna be like music from Trigger plus, you know, music added and stuff or whatever. So yeah, that's just it. So Trey Songz got some new music for y'all out there, if you guys are interested in hearing that. Other than that, I do want to have to talk about my friend August Alsina. I always call him like my best friend and stuff or whatever, but what is it on my lip? Yeah, so my best friend August Alsina, so he took to his his Instagram recently to actually like let us know that he's like blind or whatever. So I'm just gonna read exactly what he said on Instagram because I don't want to like misquote him. So he said, so I have this eye disease, blind in my left eye and losing vision in my right. In order to prevent my eyesight from deteriorating, I had to do this surgery. This shit is beyond painful, and life be throwing a nigga curveballs, but I've gained from it all, and it's priceless. A lot of things that are so natural to us in life, like waking up and able to see, we can take it for granted. Thank God the OG for allowing me the good and bad. The good guy, he happy to see and stuff, and he's okay because he's actually out here, in his words, he out here, he thirst trapping on Instagram. So I mean, I figure he's okay if he out here he thirst trapping on Instagram. But yeah, get better, August, you know, because I'm definitely waiting for that second album. You know, I love Testimony, but I'm starting to like I need new music. So shout outs to August. And let's see, what else do I have a part of this rapid fire thing? The next thing I want to talk about, unfortunately, last week Sunday, rapper Chinx Drugz, he was a part of French Montana's, you know, Coke Boys group. He was unfortunately gunned down in Queens. He is from the Far Rockaway area, and he was shot 15 times, where he obviously, you know, died on site and stuff or whatever. He was gunned down like in his Porsche, and like it's just unfortunate. Like after that happened, like it just kind of sent like a whole shock wave of like sadness throughout like the whole New York area, definitely within like the hip-hop gang, and everyone was like sending like condolences and stuff or whatever. And it's just unfortunate, and to me it was kind of weird because like yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, live in Brooklyn and stuff or whatever, but I actually used to go to school in Far Rockaway, and I know like a whole bunch of people out there. And last week, for the first time, like I went to Far Rockaway in years, and I was like that was like within like the middle of the week, and like 2-3 days later they like shoot, he got shot in Jamaica, but he's like from Far Rockaway. But you know, I went out there, I was in Jamaica and I was in Far Rockaway, and my first time out there in years. And then, you know, this kind of happened, and you know, Chinx Drugz, he's known for being affiliated with Stack Bundles, and when they killed Stack Bundles, I think that was back in like 2006, 2007, I was actually out there. So I know the effect, how it is when, you know, these artists, you know, especially like where they're from, like their hood and stuff or whatever, how it can affect them and stuff or whatever. So it's just an unfortunate situation. You know, it kind of sparked this whole, you know, discussion about, you know, when you kind of like start making your dreams come true, and you like you're on the rise, and when you're still, you know, like in the same, like living in the same area, involved with the same area, how, you know, it's just these people out here that don't want to see you do good, and they might do something so stupid and so unfortunate, well, not so unfortunate to like take somebody's life. So it's just sad all around. So I just want to send my condolences to his family. He has wife and kids, you know, French Montana, the whole Coke Boys and situation. Like it was just sad, and like it just kind of, you know, it sombered my heart as well, because it's like another person is out here, you know, without parents. I understand how that feels. Like, it's just, y'all need to get y'all goddamn lives together. This whole gun violence bullshit is just out of hand. Like, so yeah. And shout outs to Meek, actually, because the day after that happened, Meek, he released a song called I Miss My Dogs, and that actually was, you know, to honor, you know, not only Chinx Drugz, but, you know, Meek. He had an artist by the name of Little Snoop who was on his Dream Chasers, and he was gunned down in his neighborhood. I think that was back in like 2013 or something like that. So it's just crazy. Like, y'all, we have to do better. We have to. It's not even me telling about y'all. It's like we have to do better, like, as in total. Like, it's just crazy. So yeah. And my last topic for the rapid fire beat is Jay-Z. Last weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, he did his Tidal B-Sides concert series here in New York City, and the highlight of the entire thing is there was a Rockefeller like mini reunion and stuff or whatever that went down. He brought out Benny Siegel, he brought out Freeway, he brought out the Young Guns, he brought out Memphis Bleak, like just all of them on stage, and that had everybody going crazy. Everybody was like, yes. Like, the only person I wasn't there was Dame Dash. No shade, but he wasn't gonna be there anyway. But yeah, so like that was just definitely like the highlight of it. And of course, if you are not subscribed to Tidal, that means that you could not get tickets to be a part of the concert series. But it was streaming on online, so you were able to see what happened and stuff or whatever. So yeah, Rockefeller reunion. I think I read something where Benny Siegel said that him and Jay-Z were actually like recording new music together, and it's just so dope. They put their differences aside, and you know, they about to, you know, let us know what it was like back in the late 1990s, early 2000s, and bring it back together. Like, hip-hop is back on the come up, and I'm excited about that. So yeah, those are my 5 hot beats of this week. Okay guys, so like always, I want to thank you for tuning into this week's video of When the Beat Drops. And you know, I end every video by asking you guys to comment on my videos, like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and share my videos with others. I have one quick note to leave you guys with this week. I just want to let you guys know that my best friend K Michelle, this week she released the music video to her latest single, Hard to Do, which is off of her latest album, Anybody Wanna Buy a Heart. So if you guys want to check out the video in its entirety, you know, you can head over to my blog at www.jade-ashley94.blogspot.com, and I'll be sure that I'll start updating the blog, because I've kind of been slacking with the blogging situation. So I'll be sure that the blog will start cohering with the videos and stuff or whatever. Other than that, you know, I have to leave you with my song of the week. And when I heard this, before I even heard the song, I knew this was going to be my song of the week. But a couple of videos ago, I kind of let you guys know that my auntie Monica, she's coming out with her new album, Cold Red. And I don't know if this is like the first official song, but she has a new song out called Just Right For Me, featuring Lil Wayne, and I absolutely love it. So it was no way that I was not going to make this my song of the week. So also, if you guys want to, you know, check out the song in its entirety, you can check that out on the blog as well. And I will see you guys soon. So bye. New song, Just Right For Me, featuring Lil Wayne. Alright, I need my weed back. Okay guys, so let's get into our next beat. If I can find the beat here. Jesus Lord.